What is going on, my peeps? Your boy Versatile is back with another video, back with my 2-week review and my likes and dislikes of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 keyboard case cover. Yes, you guys know I have been very hesitant about this in the past, and I finally put my money where my mouth is and got it to test it out for myself. Yes, we know that there's been several issues in the past with it, but has Samsung seemed to have improved the design of the case and there's no longer any issues? That's definitely something we're going to be diving in here. I wanted to let you guys know again that we still got cases available. We got 4 left. So again, let me know down in the comments if you guys are looking for one. I can cut you guys a great deal on the 4 that I have left. Of course, you can DM me on social media, on Instagram and Twitter, at VersatileMW on Twitter and at MicahWoods8 on Instagram. My names, of course, are down in the description, along with the links to Amazon if you just want to buy it straight from Amazon. It will be in the description box. But before we get into this video, make sure you guys ignite that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that way you guys stay informed when I drop videos. Now, let's get into it. And the first thing I want to say is 2 weeks later, I still have not had a problem with this tablet. Yes, and as you guys can see here, you know, it's not too hard lifting this. This can be a little bit better improved upon, but for the most part, I have not had any issues with this tablet. And as you guys see, I don't even have the keyboard on right now. I have been rocking this tablet just fine with the kickstand. I still kind of place my hand in the back, but in my house, considering that we've been having pretty interesting weather in the house, we run the AC quite often, so it drops down below 70 degrees or it gets really chilly in here. And if this is not on the charger, then this piece of device here, this metal, gets really cold really fast. Still haven't had any issues with the adhesive magnetic strip, micro suction strip that they got going on here. Still haven't had any issues with it. It's been really hot, whether it's me using the tablet and the tablet just naturally being a little more warm due to, you know, a lot of video playback and stuff, or charging. Again, haven't had any issues. I have not taken this case off at all. And as I can show you guys, I can flex it down a little lower. I have not had any issues with this case cover since installing it. And as I said, I got it for the purpose of actually leaving it on. So will you guys hear about me taking this off? Probably not, because I find this as a viable solution to turn my tablet into like a smaller laptop. 10.5-inch screen. I get a lot of work done, and so I don't need to take it off. And if I need to cover the screen, of course, I just put the keyboard on and flap it closed. So in terms of aesthetic and design, again, as you guys can see, I'm pushing it down further, so I haven't had any issues. I've literally left it in specific positions with no problem, and it works. It holds the tablet's weight. Even in my lap, it holds the weight just fine. And, you know, doing it at this angle definitely makes it a lot easier to kind of tap on and all that fun jazz. So again, no issues with the tablet with the case cover. And in terms of the keyboard, you know, once I kind of prop it back up a little bit, if I want to show you guys the keyboard here, boom shakalaka. If I grab the keyboard, it docks easily, and bam, just like that, you got yourself a nice Microsoft Go, alternative. And the nice thing I like is, you know, when you close it, it, you know, sleeps the screen or puts the screen to sleep. And when you open it back up, it does the same thing. Now, you know, let's see here. So boom, and then if I boom, now you guys see it brought it back up. So in terms of 2 weeks, I haven't had any issues. Now, what are some of my likes and dislikes in regards to this tablet and with this case cover keyboard? Well, I'm gonna start with the dislikes. And one of my main dislikes, or one of my first dislikes, is the spacing above the keys. So as you guys can see here, and I might as well kick it out, you know, since I'm gonna be using it like that. So one of the things that I don't like is the spacing in here. You know, I've referenced the Microsoft Go laptop, tablet, 2-in-1 variant. I referenced that, and this can go away because it shrinks the total overall package size of the keyboard case cover with the tablet. So especially in a lap, you'd be surprised how this like 1/2 inch worth of space, cuts down or impedes in ways, maybe having to flex the keyboard or the tablet a little further down. It definitely can kind of get in the way a little bit. Now, I won't say it's uncomfortable. I just will say that Samsung can do a better job of designing this out of the final draft of this product. My next dislike is no clear indication of the meta key. Yes, as in my last video, I told you guys I found the meta key, and it is the search button. But in Samsung's own, settings about the keyboard shortcuts, there's only one time that it kind of references the search key, and it basically references like the search key or any other 2 keys that you would find on like a laptop keyboard, such as like the command button or the Windows button. So, or the search button is what they said. So here, thankfully, there's a search button, but I wish for Samsung's purpose and for their hardware, they just identified it and indicated the search button as the meta key instead of giving you different options, because those options aren't available on this tablet or this keyboard. Now, my next dislike is the one that I was very skeptical of in the first place, and that is the case cover design. As we've already went over with this case cover design, I mean, honestly, I haven't had any issues with it, so that kind of solves that. But had I got this early on in the game, like a lot of other people, they had an issue with this strip here, because this strip, and I guess you can kind of say this area as well, because this is magnetic that holds the S Pen. This piece right here is magnetic, and then this piece is like a combination of, if not magnetism, microsuction, and adhesion. So I still haven't been able to confirm that as of recent, just because it feels like they may have improved the design, because again, I haven't had any issues with it. But then when I look in the comment section of, even when people had issues on my videos, I've had people say that they put it on once, haven't had any issues. For me, I'm not taking it off. So if you're looking forward to me taking this case cover off and then placing it back on, I don't think I'll be doing that. Now, if it falls off, of course, I'll do a video about that if that was to happen. But I don't plan on taking this off because I put it on for the purpose of putting it on. But again, that being said, as a dislike, you should be able to remove the case cover with no issues. It shouldn't be a problem of, I don't know if it'll stick again, or I have to clean the tablet and the strip again, or I have to let it sit for an hour for it to properly suction onto the tablet again. Issues. We don't want those issues. We just want to be able to put it on or take it off when we go, and that adds to the versatility of being able to use this tablet with other cases. And Samsung didn't make that easy with this case cover. Now, it's a great design. I like the material build. The kickstands, you're confident in the kickstand being able to hold up the tablet now, at least from what I've experienced. And the S Pen holder is great. It could use a little bit more, could use maybe like a hitch here or something like that, like something that you can maybe pull it open, as opposed to trying to peel it off from the top like that, because that can be scary. So that is one thing I would hope that they would improve as well with the S Pen holder for the case cover. And the kickstand itself has actually been sturdy. Like, as you guys seen, I've used it to do this, and it hasn't worn out. It feels sturdy. It feels stiff enough to just stay in place, and I'm confident in it. I don't have any issues with it. So that's definitely a good thing, despite my concerns with the case cover. And then last but not least, my dislike that a lot of us have, especially for a $180 keyboard, aside from the case cover design, is the fact that the keyboard itself is not backlit. So although they did a great job this year including the touchpad, they did not include backlit keys. With the Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro, it has a backlit keyboard. So, if I didn't say it in my Tab S7 thoughts video that will be dropping soon, I'll definitely say it now, in that I hope that's a design feature that they include in the Tab S7 or Tab S7 Plus's keyboard case cover or keyboard is that it's backlit, it still has the touchpad, and it has, again, improved or better or, you know, continued good functionality. So yes, no backlit keyboard is a small concern, but with the screen kind of shining bright in front of you, it's not a super big concern, but it is a concern nonetheless because you're paying $180 for this keyboard case cover. Now, what are the likes that I like? Well, the compactness. I do like the fact that this shrinks down, this closes, and it's thin in profile still. It's not all that heavy. You know, you really just more so feel the weight of the tablet than you do the weight of the keyboard, despite everything being in one package. And you can slip this in a bag and go on your merry way with no problem. So the compactness is something that I very much so like. The next like that I like is the keys. So the keys, I actually don't have as much of a problem with the travel space in between the keys, but one thing I would hope that they kind of do, especially if they do increase the size of the tablet, is of course then increase just some spacing in between the keys. But I don't have a problem with the keys, so I really like them a lot. They feel good to type on. It's relatively easy to kind of still go through memorization in terms of placing your hands on the keyboard and being able to access the backspace button. So that's also nice. And then I believe this is escape up at the top. Yes, it is, with the function keys. And segueing into my next like is the fact that this has a function row and has function and has a function key. So with the function, you can, you know, do something with the keyboard. You can turn off and turn on the touchpad. And then one thing I kind of mentioned in the last video about some of the things you could do with the keyboard, but you can split screen apps with the page up, down, left, right. So holding the search and then pressing left while you're in an app will shoot and split screen the app to the left, and then the next app you bring up, you can do search key with the right and it'll split screen it to the right. So you can have two apps running up at the same time. And then if you want to bring in other apps to lay on top of that, of course you can. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. But the function key, being able to do Alt F4 to, you know, close the app if I really wanted to. The function keys are up here at the top. And then as I again mentioned, you do have an escape button via the function key. So that's something that I definitely like that they included on this keyboard. And then, as though it was a dislike, I do like the fact that the case cover has been working for me, because to me it's a nice slim profile, and I don't know if it's patents or copyright or trademark issues that, you know, Apple has as to the reason why Samsung went this route with the case cover. But I think if they could have done the case cover just like Apple has done case covers for their iPad Pros, I think that would have did this even better in terms of design, functionality, and ease of use, you know, longevity. So I do like the case cover since I haven't had any issues with it, and the fact that it's half, you know, built into last and stay on the tablet, and the other half is a kickstand. It is very much so Microsoft Go-esque. So I do like the case cover for that reason, despite having my dislikes for it. And last but not least, going back to the keyboard, is the touchpad. Yes, this is probably one of the first OEM-based keyboards that has a touchpad. And they did beat Apple to it, because Apple's Magic Keyboard came out in 2020, whereas this keyboard came out in 2019. And that's probably why Apple also included the touchpad in the Magic Keyboard, was because Samsung was hot on their heels, or I guess you could say ahead of the heels, in terms of including that on their tablet-based keyboards. So I do like the touchpad. It is clicky, as you guys can see. It's also tappy. You can scroll on it, you know, you can zoom and zoom out. And then this little bar here allows for that magnet to turn the screen off. So, and then keep spacing appropriate between the keyboard and the screen of the tablet. So those are my likes and dislikes, as well as how this tablet has been holding up with the keyboard case cover installed after 2 weeks. Hope you guys appreciate it and enjoyed it. You know, let me know down your comments, your questions, your concerns, your thoughts. If you've used them before, let me know down in the comments below. And again, don't forget to let me know if you're looking for a keyboard, because I can easily get you one of these for a very, very good price. As I said, I got 4 left. So definitely shoot me information, because they've been going pretty fast. But that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys appreciate and enjoyed it. Make sure you guys ignite that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so that you guys stay informed when I drop videos. With your boy Versatile signing out, and until the next video, wait for it.